Don't you sometimes wish you didn't have any enemies at all? Unfortunately, the way we live our everyday, normal lives, sometimes we cannot help but create enemies without meaning to. We say something that offends other people without meaning to. We do certain things that may be against the interests of other people. We may take a stand on certain issues that are in direct opposition to the stand of others. And these people may decide that we are their enemy. And sometimes, even just being ourselves, we already create enemies. Because certain people just cannot help but be envious of who we are and what we do. Minsan kahit nagsasaya ka lang, may mga tao nang naiinis sa'yo dahil masaya ka. Without doing anything, we just find ourselves with many enemies. And sometimes these enemies will just decide to make things difficult for us. They may undermine what we do, oppose us at every turn, stab us in the back. Pwede sila magkalat ng chismis tungkol sa atin, maglabas ng fake news tungkol sa atin sa social media. At maya-maya, ang dami na pala nating kaaway. At kapag napuno na tayo, ay, laban na. And then we find ourselves in open conflict with our enemies. And sometimes we are forced to do things we do not want to do, and we might be forced to say things we do not want to say. We are besieged on all fronts, as if we are always at war. We are no longer at peace with ourselves. Unfortunately, we cannot attain peace all by ourselves. But we do not always have to fight. In fact, we do not have to fight at all. Because there is one who rules over our lives, who can bring the peace that we so desperately want to have. The prophet Isaiah has declared that this person who brings with him peace has come. For to us a child is born, to us a son is given, and the government shall be upon his shoulder, and his name shall be called Wonderful Counselor, Mighty God, Everlasting Father, Prince of Peace. This Prince of Peace has been declared in the Gospels to be Jesus the Messiah. To bear the title Prince of Peace means that Jesus will bring deep well-being and right relationships in people who put their trust in Him, in people who submit to His rule. And that is good news for all of us who lack peace with each other and with God. He is the author of peace between God and sinners. By His blood, we have been reconciled with the Father in heaven. And because He is the giver of peace, we can have peace in our relationships with others, including our enemies. So, do you have enemies? Do you feel you are besieged on all fronts because of your enemies who try to make life difficult for you? Do you want peace in your relationships? Make peace with God as we put our trust in Jesus, the Prince of Peace. And then His peace will begin to rule in our lives. And as we begin to live a life of peace and reconciliation with God and with our fellow men, always keep in mind, faith matters too.